It's a little hot today at Lincoln Financial Field, but keep in mind it is technically still summer as we get you ready for some football in Philly. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And he's coming off of an injury-shortened season where he only played in 8 games, but he's hoping to get back to an all-pro level that he played at the year before. Now, with new weapons intact, he and his team believe they can go deep in the playoffs and have a major impact.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
At the 35-yard line.
Again, it's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And a Cowboy first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here's Prescott. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. Hook up a 15 yards there. And it's second down.
A gain of 15 brings up second down at the Eagles' 47-yard line.
A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. Now he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Prescott to throw it. Going right back to Ferguson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Prescott now. It's caught. Tolbert. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Throwing, Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
taken down.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's 3rd and 9. Now Prescott. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. That's Big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
A 40-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Led his team to one of the best regular seasons in the NFL last season, but really elevated his play during the postseason, and once again was a monster in the Super Bowl. He's led his team to at least 11 wins in each of the last 3 seasons. He doesn't expect this year to be any different.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. From the gun, it's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there and then relax a little bit.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Throwing is Hurts. That's to the left sideline and incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Hurts. Takes it down to the 10-yard line. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
That's good for another Eagles. First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker. And this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Hurts completing this one quickly. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Cowboys 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. He juked him. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down. His good running gets him to about the 44. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first-down gains. 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. Back deep, Avery Williams. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
3rd and 5.
Here's Hurts to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
For an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Up the middle with Barkley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 5. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now, during that run, an injury here, we got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Throw left side, complete. That's Brown. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's good for an Eagles. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Barkley again. And once again, this defense very stout. They stop him for no gain for the 2nd straight play. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Mozzie Smith, he fought through to record the sack. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time.
And the Cowboy first down.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Looking to throw. Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, here's your bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it in the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. To throw is Prescott. Got his hand complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. He finds Pickens over the middle. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
22-yard line.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And this one is right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. That one downfield for Dotson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So a tight one so far, 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hanson at our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He'll look to throw. Smith catches left side. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
A gain of 10 makes it 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on third down. Well, he is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's good.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
They go play action with Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Barkley inside handoff. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And 5.
Back to throw here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 38 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Elliott on for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Dances by him. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Jordan Davis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Prescott to throw it. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
And the Cowboy first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And this defense not giving him anything there, maybe a yard up to the 36.
No doubt about it, a really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He'll drop this down to Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
A man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in an Eagle uniform, it's Miles Sanders. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a third down.
And it brings up third down.
Throwing, Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That is brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Prescott from the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. 4th and 2. They got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Prescott on play action. Quick throw there is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And down inside the 15 he goes. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And a Cowboy first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Play action now. Prescott. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
On play action, Prescott. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Jordan Davis getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to sack back at the 16-yard line. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And his kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Hurts. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
First down.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Here's Hurts to throw. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's a give to Barkley. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the fourth quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This will be caught once again by Brown. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
First down and goal to go.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And a nice pickup there. It gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a pretty slick return to 44. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 44. They begin the drive with Williams. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
From just shy of midfield, here's second and 4. Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he'll take this down inside the 45. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. This one swung out to Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's Prescott. Left side of the lane. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Throwing is Hurts. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll go down as a gain of 6. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So Dak and the Cowboys down 21-16, 2:21 the time left. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Dallas.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Prescott's pass, complete to Javonte Williams. A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down at the 50-yard line.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Now Williams running left. Shelling through the defense.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
On the tackle. A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Cowboys.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. Now Dak. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys 1st down as he'll get this down to the 35-yard line.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
This is 1st and 10. Prescott. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
21 seconds to play. 2nd down now. To throw, Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
1st down, Dallas.
Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Another try from the 19, 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One last shot now for Prescott. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.